Hello, this is Nancy Heins-Glaser for another wonderful Meet the Artist program at SOMAtv. And tonight we're loaded with talent. Let me tell you, I'm so happy to have all these people on the set. We're here to talk about the Artist Studio Tour SOMA 8. Right, everybody? Have I got the number right? So, all the way over there, Ernie Fry, Sandy Martini, two of the coordinators this year, Maplewood South Orange. Kathleen McCoy Bristol, second-year artist exhibiting. Rick Parker, sixth year exhibiting. Elizabeth Carroll Winchester, what, 3 years? And Russell Christian, we don't know. We're thinking about it. But and we also have a lot of artwork on the set to just tease everybody a little bit. But what I wanted to do is talk a little bit of setup with you, Ernie and Sandy. First of all, Sandy, welcome to South Orange.
Thank you.
As the new Assistant Director of Recreation and Cultural Affairs. When did you come?
March, I think.
That's my memory, right?
Yeah.
And Ernie, and you don't live here, but you're very familiar with a lot of the artists who do, so, through your art circles, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Ernie, you're from Maplewood, right? Long time.
Actually, I lived in South Orange for 34 years.
I guess I had that wrong.
Well, that's all right. But I don't live there anymore. But I still feel, a very strong connection to the artists, to, everything about South Orange and Maplewood, because I lived there for so long.
And so you're continuing the good work. You've done it behind the scenes before, but this time it's the two of you.
Yes, I've worked behind the scenes. I've been a member of the 1978 board for about 4 years and have worked behind the scenes on the studio tour for all of those years. And this year, when the opportunity came up to lead, I just felt that I really did not want to see the studio tour go by the wayside, because it's such a great event for both the towns, a way for people to showcase their art and to show really what a great town, great communities both the towns are.
All right, and I don't think anyone in the room would disagree with that, right?
No.
That's why everybody's here.
I don't think they're so great. But
yeah, well, everyone but you, Rick. I should have known. But anyway, Sandy, jumping in with both feet, how is it going? Because you haven't, by the time this happens, you'll only have been hitting the ground for 3 months.
Well,
it's a lot to jump in, huh?
I think it's a terrific way for me to get to know all the players in both the towns and to see all the artwork. And I hope I get to go on the tour instead of staying in one place.
I know, and there's no jitney this year, thank you. And that was my task last year. So I saw no art and hardly any artists. And I just got quite dizzy and hot. But we're not doing the jitney, so that's not a problem. And so, Kathleen, where will you be this year? Have you found your location
I'm going to be
yet?
at 1912 Springfield Avenue.
At Express Yourself
Yeah,
Studios,
Express
right?
Yourself, yes.
Okay, with Simone Anthony Brown. And we did a
Absolutely.
feature from there last year as well. So that's cool. Tell me a little bit about you, because you're coming second year, you're still pretty new, but tell us what
Yes,
you've been
well,
about.
I taught art for quite a few years and did a lot of commission work, some illustration years ago. But because I needed to, life changed, and then I went into the insurance industry, and after a while I mostly worked on a commission basis. So I'm no longer working, and now I'm able to work full-time on my artwork. It's been a dream for me.
Hallelujah.
And so it's,
That's
yes,
great.
absolutely.
That's
Thank
great.
you so much.
That's great, and that's yours right there, the circle.
Yes, this one is mine.
Is it a family portrait or?
No, it's not. It's it started out originally as a collage. I had started using a clock to give you the influence of time and some figures, but I didn't like the collage at all, but I kept the idea. And then as time went on, I just kept thinking about it, and it eventually developed. And it's called The Times in a Woman's Life. And it shows women at different ages and stages through time, starting first as infant and child, a teenager. Here's a young woman in military, a bride, an expectant mother, career woman, a mother, grandmother. We mourn as we may lose our spouse or children or family members. Health issues, this is for breast cancer, baby boomer, and then finally the aged woman.
It's wonderful. So
Thank
that's
you.
just a little tease, we can't tell them too much.
Yes.
They have to come talk to you, because you'll be there at the
Okay.
Express. No,
Don't worry
I
about
didn't
that,
mean that.
baby.
I just meant we want them to come on out, right? And then I'm swinging around to you, sir, Mr. Difficult. Rick Parker, everybody knows him, right? Everybody knows him with books in hand.
Yeah, well, great
And
stuff.
the image that will be used, I think, in a lot of the press for the
Well,
Artist Studio Tour,
I hope
correct?
so. I could use the money, actually.
Yeah, well, and I think all of us can relate to that around here. But so you're here with your books. Will you be signing books? You'll be at your own studio this year, as
That's
opposed to
right.
somewhere else.
Well, I don't really have a studio. I just have a chair that I sit in and a small drawing table. But yeah, I have these books here that I've been working on for the past few years. This one's called Harry Potty and the Deathly Boring. It's a parody of the Harry Potter series, all of the books and movies in 50 pages, Mad Magazine style. This one came out about a month ago. It's called Breaking Down. It's a parody of the Twilight books. And it's a love story where a girl is caught in between her love for a vampire and her love for a werewolf. Real great highbrow stuff.
What
there.
choices? Yeah.
It was
right.
written by Stefan Petrucca,
What's your
who's sort
love?
of the Stephen King of comics. But anyway, that's enough about me. Now,
And you'll be there,
Elizabeth
but you'll be-
Winchester, ladies and
You'll
gentlemen.
be talking at your house studio this
They
year,
won't
your
be able to
house
shut
share?
me up, actually. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll be there at my house at 21 Mountain Avenue in Maplewood. And everybody come on down. Love to see you.
Right, and this is what we have. This is our working card. This will be out very soon, so everybody's got to take a look at this image. It's pretty branded at this point with 8 years running, but. And next to you, Elizabeth Carol Winchester.
Yes.
Ta-da, with your horses in the mist, right?
Yes, this is a series that I did a few years back, and I've shown them, so a lot of people kind of know about it. It was done in the Southwest, and I've been also working in Caustic, and this is basically bird on wire. And I also design jewelry, and I'll be on the tour at Gas Gallery and Studio at 411.
Maplewood.
Ridgewood
Yeah, 411
Road.
Ridgewood and Maplewood, right?
Yeah.
Right. Now, sir, tell us about you, because you've got something laying down here right in
Well,
front
I'll
of
be
you.
sharing a Gas studio with Elizabeth and
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Right? Three of
Mhm.
us will be showing at Gas.
And that's Luis Alves,
yeah.
right? Okay.
And, Rick Hauser started that with your husband?
Yes, Mika Hamilton
And
Gerard.
Gerard, right?
And so,
yeah. He recently did an amazing big painting project.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I missed the collaboration.
I missed
Which was
it too.
There's too
incredible.
much
I
art
wish I-
going on, that's
yeah.
why. But you know, this day is a day where people can just pick. I think the
Hmm.
hardest part is picking where. And every year I hear people, I say, so how did you decide? I've had people ask me, I can't tell them. Well, what do you like? But you can't make a decision because there's so many amazing artists. But
Yeah.
you'll be there, and you do, what did you
well,
say
I
these were?
draw, basically. I've always loved drawing. Drawing's always been the first thing for me. And even when I paint, I think of myself as drawing with paint. And I draw with a stick. I draw in the sand at the beach. I just like to draw and cover surfaces. You like to do that too, cover surfaces.
But isn't
was
there
looking
something-
at somebody
their
today,
word
and I thought I'd
picture?
really like to tattoo that lady.
Yeah, it's terrible. I get told often
It's
to
my
draw on
wife,
people,
actually.
well, especially when I haven't asked them first. But yeah.
No,
But,
that's called
yeah.
a semic,
Well,
if I recall.
I know picture writing, and I like comics and things, but I often don't want to write words. So I like the sort of filling of space and sort of a sense of a narrative, but the narrative remains kind of
Open
mysterious
to
and
interpretation.
Open to interpretation.
Yes, I
I
like
know,
that.
and we can always count on
Yeah.
you to have an interesting interpretation.
Well, I
right?
think that everyone's interpretation is interesting.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
you would never say a
No
wrong
two
thing
people
about
see
it.
the same thing
I
when they
know.
look
Or see
at
it the
Russell's work. I happen to be one of his biggest fans. I think Russell's pictures really do
Patron.
interest me,
Yeah.
and I encourage everybody to try to get to as many of these different artists' work as you can. If you can only spend 15 minutes at each place, maybe bicycling around might be the way to do it. But
And
anyway.
to add to that, a lot of the people on the fringes of the studio tour feel so neglected. They're in their homes and they want to show in their homes and try to get out of the
So
fringes.
yeah,
on
maybe
Maplewood
start
and
on the
South
edges,
Orange.
right, instead
Yeah,
of the...
circle inward. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and having either photographed or videotaped or gone to almost all of the houses, I think, it's really hard to decide. So I don't know, Ernie, has anyone approached you on where do I
Yeah,
go
they say
yet?
that all the time.
Yeah.
Usually when they come to 1978 to buy the tickets on the day of the event, you know, they want, oh, where should I go, you know? And we try to make it easy because we ask each artist to give us a sample of their work, just one piece, and we usually post it in 1978. Well, this year, thanks to Sandy's help, she has been able to secure SOPAC as well. So for 2 weeks ahead of time, people will be able to go to SOPAC and also see a sampling of each person's work. In addition, Sandy, you might want to talk about our preview, post-view.
Yes, please do.
I'd
Tell
love
us.
to talk about that. We will be having for the first time an exhibition of artists' work from the studio tour for a week before and a week after, and of course during the studio tour. And this will help people get an idea of where they might want to go in advance. And if they miss something, they can come afterwards and see what's there to be seen.
And it's all the 8.5 by 11 images the artist chose, or how? What is the
There's
sample?
two ways. There's actually 2 ways to look at the work. One, we will have the 8.5 by 11 inch drawings, or they're not drawings, they're facsimiles that
Like
we're
an-
posting at 1978 and at SOPAC. We'll be having them on the bulletin boards in the Baird building. But we're actually having an exhibition in the Piero Gallery on the 2nd floor of the Baird that will have a variety of work by artists who've agreed to participate. So we'll have original works of art in the gallery.
And I know Jennifer Takahashi's work.
Mhm.
Jen's not there, but her work is. I know she'll be working with you to do the install with the other artists, right?
That's
And
right.
she's been a long time
That's right.
exhibit the exhibit mainstay over at the Bureau for probably 15 years easily, I would have to say. So she kind of knows what she's doing. Now, before we go out to break, I hate that when we have to go out to break. But before we do, can you just give me about 30 seconds, Kathleen, of why you felt this was so important? Why you wanted to be part of the tour? Because you're the newest one in the room here.
Yes.
Is that a tough question?
Yeah, let's pick on her.
No, not so bad. Well, I want to say before participating last year, I came out to the tour. And my reason for it, as I still do before exhibiting, sometimes I just like to review the setting and see what it's all about.
So it
I
set
can
you up to want to
compare.
do it, right?
So it really set me up to want to do it. I did take the tour, and I was in a position of not knowing which way, should I go. And I went to the homes, I went to the galleries, and it was very inspiring. And coming out and just being part of the community, I found to be so welcoming.
Right.
And it's very important as an artist to get you get a different level of support.
Right.
And you may have people who are not artists that may compliment you on your work, but it's not the same as when you're with other artists.
That's true.
Who
That's
can
true.
not only compliment but also critique
Right.
and also give you solution. You know, when
True, maybe a
and-
problem you might.
Absolutely, for
When
the
we come
problem
back from
solving.
break, we're all going to talk about why you're on it. So don't turn that dial, okay? Stay tuned.
I didn't
Hear
read.
more about the Artist Studio Tour. 8 for SOMA. That's right, SOMA Artist Tour number 8. See you
Really?
in a
I
second.
thought it had been going on for 100 years.
Hi, this is Nancy Heins-Glaser. Welcome back. We're glad you didn't turn the dial and stayed with us because today we're talking about Artist Studio Tour SOMA 8. And inside this room, if you were lucky enough to join us early, you got everybody's name, but we have the organizers and artists who are part of the tour. And when we went away to break, you were talking a little bit about why it was important to you.
Yes.
And so, Elizabeth, I'm going next to you to talk about why you're on the tour, and this is your third year.
That was close.
When we
year.
talked about the importance of art in your life and some challenges you've had in the past, and
try not
what
to
this
cry.
has helped to do. This is what
Well,
this
I've
has
always
helped to-
been involved in art in all different ways, and but almost 8 years ago, I was in a car accident, and I had a head injury, and my life sort of changed where I don't drive and I can't fly and do certain things that I used to be able to do. And coming from a background of, you know, doing wardrobe and props and all that kind of stuff, I was always creative. And the community, moving here was really important. I always knew about it my whole life because my grandparents grew up here. Rick Hauser is my cousin. And it was just knew about the community and the art community. And it was a great place for me to come. And I think it's really important because it doesn't matter, you know, you don't have to be some, it's okay to try things and as an artist. And as you were talking about, you have different artists look at your work and critique it. And it doesn't matter if you're away or if you're learning, that it's really important to know that for anybody who's going through certain things that it's okay to express yourself. And so it's been really amazing for me being as involved as in the art community here in Maplewood and South Orange as I have.
Well, you are, and I mean, you're always there. Actually, you're always there. You two.
We're all teachers,
You
the
two,
three of us. You're,
Yeah.
Anybody else a teacher? We're all teachers.
Okay.
You were a
At one
teacher.
time, yes, I was, yes.
Yeah.
And,
And
At Geraldin's.
at Geraldin's
and
Art
you-
Studio.
I'm a teacher like this.
Right.
I'm a little teacher.
you
So
work
where-
for Scholastic.
I
You've
do
got
the art
big
studio.
ideas.
So,
I
yeah.
work for Scholastic, but
Yeah.
I'm a designer there. Yeah.
Okay, but there's still an educational piece
I do
in
it for the
there.
children.
Exactly, you're an altruist.
There
I
you
knew
go.
that.
I do it
Russell.
for
And that's
myself.
incredible. It's incredible to see a
They forced
child
the paycheck on me, really.
draw something.
You could give it back.
Yeah,
You can make art out of it. You'll probably draw on the back of it or something.
You know, and when I wanted to, you guys kind of know who all the artists are, so you've had a chance to have a look at the images. I haven't seen the work, and now, of course, I really wish I could, but I really want to wait. So,
I tried to
have-
show you my work and you wouldn't look at it,
Oh,
remember?
that's right. That's right. Now,
Jeez.
forget you. You're
Be
kidding
honest.
me now.
You know,
But
don't lie to the folks at home.
You have about how many new artists this year? Because
We
that's
have
pretty
about
interesting.
17 to 20 new artists
Yeah.
this year.
That's
We have
great.
60, a little over 60 artists who will be showing, and 17 to 20 of them are brand new artists to the tour. And that's exciting. So, you know, we keep getting new people involved and new interest in the community, and we're excited about it.
I think it's pretty amazing because that means it's going to continue to be. When it stops growing, when you stop having new people, then things sort
That's
of get
never gonna happen,
stationary.
Nancy.
Not around here, but it does happen in other towns. I can tell
Well,
you
that's
that.
their problem.
Yeah, exactly. And the heck with them, right?
Yeah, to hell with it.
And it's
Am I
not
allowed
just
to say
the
how?
artists who
Okay.
are interested in joining. We have new venues this time around as well. We have the Avenue. We have places like Kitchen Alamo, places that have been involved in the past but haven't necessarily been venues. So we're excited about that as
Right.
well.
Right. The Avenue is a sponsor,
Would you
but
please
they
stop using all these French words, avenue,
Avenue,
venue?
okay.
And what the
They
heck
were
are
a
they talking about?
sponsor, but the venues we have in South Orange, I know, are Stoney's and Kitchen Alamode. I think Stoney's was for Piero downtown last year, but this year there'll be a whole new set of artists. And
Right.
in fact, some who couldn't afford the admission fee this year or were just too busy or were crazy. And so, for instance, the person here who's worked very hard behind the scenes, Denise Hardy, through the years, I think all of the 8 years, her work will have a chance to shine a little bit too. So sometimes the people behind the scenes don't get to do the other thing, so it's just one way to say thanks to them. But and also you have so many places in Maplewood. You have, you know, Burke will be on the tour, my very favorite.
Words.
The Words
You told
Bookstore
me that
this
I was your
year.
favorite.
Well, next to you, he's my
Oh,
favorite.
jeez.
And of course,
Geraldin's,
yes.
who's been instrumental and also incredibly behind, you know, key behind the
Key
scenes.
behind the
Yes.
scenes.
Yeah, she escaped being on the show this year for a second year in a row. I don't know how she did that,
They
but
get her in
Very
there.
clever.
We'll
Yeah,
check with her and find out so we don't have
shy.
to be here next year.
she's shy. And, you know, Sandy, for you, I don't know, I just imagine this is like real immersion. I mean, not just a chance to meet everybody, but this is immersion, right? I mean, this would be,
Yeah, well, it's
Trial by
jumping
fire.
right in with both feet. I mean, the tour has a great reputation, the community has a great reputation. I'm very happy to become part of it, and, you know, the quality of the work is really, really amazing.
is there anybody returning? I know sometimes they skip a year too. Artists do choose, they'll do 1 year and then they take a year off and go to France or whatever, I don't know. And, you know, I think Alkin Nabani is somebody who I'm waiting for, and he was on last year, and I was on the jitney, so I never saw his work. Do you know if he's back or not? No?
You have the list of artists right there.
Oh, I do. That's right. It's fresh off the press.
Fresh
Let's
off the
see.
press.
Is he on it?
Why do we?
Yes. I would actually be able to read them all, but we have, you know, a number of people I've known. Bill is
They're not
one of
even
our-
here.
Huh?
I said they're not even here.
I know,
Let's
so the
not
heck
even give
with
them
them.
one more minute of time.
Okay. And then we have the Gridiron Cafe, formerly Bonte in South Orange, is going to be a space this year, right?
That's right.
And Judy Targan, everybody knows Judy. I mean, she's been, you know, doing tours on her own actually, and
That's
just loves
right.
to join in the whole concept.
Gas Gallery and the Framing Mill.
Gas Gallery and the
They're
Framing Mill.
sponsors.
In fact, is the Maplewood Municipal Building in use too? Did I hear this?
We will be showing art at the Maplewood Municipal Building as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And the
First
Walsh
time
Gallery on
ever.
campus
And the
of
Walsh
Seton Hall.
Gallery.
That was, I think, a relatively new endeavor last year. And then I actually went and taped the artist who was there last year, Tracy
And you'll be taping
Hennenberger.
our artists
Tracy,
again this
yeah.
year.
Yeah, you will be running around doing more of a documentary style rather than me. Oh my God, I'm not there. I've got to go there.
And
So
next
my-
year, we'll just submit it to the Tribeca Film Festival.
There you go. Right. Well, you never know where it's going to go.
There you go.
Because, you know, I think this community, the two towns, have sort of been ahead of the curve. You know, Jeremy Moss, we know, is at GAS. I did an interview with him over at GAS, which was just a lot of fun. He's got a neighborhood. I mean, in my view, is this art just continues to build in all spheres. It builds businesses or certainly enhances them, but it really does build neighborhoods. So there's 5 artists in one little corner on Beach Street in Maplewood.
Yeah.
My next block, you know, which I think is really cool. But artists do draw. I know, in fact, that Jennifer Takahashi, a neighbor of mine, actually helped. Somebody bought a house nearby after coming to the tour. So there's an advantage economically. Plus, you know, the Americans for the Arts and their surveys and New Jersey Council for the Arts shows how much money is generated through the arts, restaurants and whatnot. And certainly buying art. Because people do buy art, do they not?
Yes, they
And
do.
has
They
everybody
do.
sold
Yeah.
something? I
Mhm.
mean,
Yep.
I think
It's-
there's rarely a time I haven't heard somebody sold something.
It's incredible,
Yeah.
just the experience and having all the people come out, and when if you're lucky to sell a piece or two, it's fantastic and it feels really good.
And I remember taking a photo of somebody coming, it might have been Judy Targan's studio last year with bags of work, smiling. And I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing. I get to see that, not everybody does, but on the outside I get to see, when I'm taking the photos, I get to see a different angle. And I've never seen a sad face, I'll tell you that, after the tour, or during
Well, you
the
should have
tour.
come to my place.
Well, except for you. Yeah, you were the one that's, yeah, we have Sarah Petrozoula's on again. I mean,
Yeah.
she's really amazing. I don't know where she's going to be. Anybody know where she's at this
I
year?
think she's going to be at 1978.
1978, okay. And a number of people I don't even know, really. I don't know Landis Carey. Is that a new person? New
I
name
think
to
it's a
you?
new name.
Yeah. And Elaine Becker and her giant, fabulous abstracts and her space out back.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the artists have studios upstairs, downstairs, outside. Some of the work is outdoors. Some of it's.
Some
That's
of
the
it's
other
everywhere.
fun thing, you know. You get to see the real environment.
Garages.
Cars.
Anywhere.
Cars. Well, yeah, that was you throwing artwork out of a car
Well,
last year. but-
Car's not a bad, actually, place to work.
Is there anything that you feel is important that we haven't covered about why you guys are involved? Why you are putting the time in? You know, you are an employee, but we have 2 minutes left. Anybody want to say something that we missed?
I was kind of hoping you could tell me.
Okay, no,
I have just
I
one
want
thing
you,
to
yes,
say.
please.
I don't think we've mentioned the date.
Oh!
Yeah.
And it's June 5th, Sunday, June 5th, and you can certainly buy your tickets ahead of time at SOPAC or any of the
At
Baird.
the Baird,
At the Baird.
and also Gallery
Two
1978.
weeks in advance.
And I
Right.
think
2 weeks
Geraldine's
in
Art
advance.
Studio
Right.
is selling
Geraldine's
them.
probably gas, I don't know. Everybody
And hold
seems.
on to your ticket because that's the map.
Exactly, and I think that's the other thing. It's sort of an economy of paper, you know. The map is the ticket, And that's what boggles the mind is figuring out. So it's a Sunday? Is
It's
it always a Sunday?
It's always been a Sunday. It's always the first Sunday in June. You know, we try to make sure that it's sunny weather, at least. We can't guarantee that it's not going to be hot, but it will be sunny. You know, we even have one sponsor who's designing a carry-all bag for us so that you can go to all the different artists' studio and just buy a whole bag full of art. So Whole Foods is designing that carry-all for us, so.
And providing food, and you know, we're all out of time. I don't know if anybody can believe that, but it's June 5th, 11 to 5, right?
That's right.
And what we want to tell you is this is an amazing two towns, one community endeavor. And you're lucky to join us. We're lucky to have you every year. And come on out this year, and we'll make sure we have another one. If you come out, we'll have another one, okay?
Come
We
support
wanna-
the arts.
Come support the arts
Absolutely.
anywhere you can and anytime you can. We thank you for joining us on SOMA TV for Meet the Artist, and I thank all of you for sharing your talents with the rest of us.
Thank you.
Good day.
Thank you for having us.